Happy morning to you and welcome to the Thursday's edition of Good Morning Anambra. My name is Chidima Oraunwa. This morning we are kickstarting the show with the stories making the headlines on the ABS website and also all the national dailies. And we have a reviewer with us in the studio this morning. You get to meet him after this short break. Stay with us. You're welcome back. We have with us this morning Honorable Moses Ubo. He's a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning. Good morning, Anambarians.
All right, quickly, let's start the show this morning with the stories on ABS website. The first story we have this morning, Anambra lawmaker Okoye organizes dental medical outreach for constituents at Amobia, Awka South. Archbishop Ibezim urges journalists to uphold professionalism in discharge of duties. Anambra State Government to organize trainings for management, staff of hospitality, industry, entertainment center. Anambra Culture, Tourism and Entertainment Commissioner Onyenji calls for promotion of Igbo cultural heritage in schools through history subjects. Soludo asks women to use August meeting to reinforce family values. And then Anambra Health Commissioner Obidike urges Anambra to encourage exclusive breastfeeding. All right, so these are what we have on ABS website this morning. You can start with the first story there, talking about Anambra lawmaker organizing dental medical outreach for constituents at Amobia, Awka South, Kensu area. It's a kind gesture.
Okay, I think that's a very good one. That's a very good one. If imagine if all the lawmakers and representing the various constituencies, imagine if they can follow suit and conduct a program of this nature. What do you think will happen? It will definitely alleviate the problem of the masses as far as health is concerned. So we encourage that so much. Okoye have done noble and more of it.
Okay. Soludo asking women to use August meeting to reinforce family values. Of course, you know we are in the month of August when women come home from every part of the country to their hometown to join in the annual August meeting, where they deliberate on important issues.
In fact, August meeting nowadays have turned to something else.
Oh.
So calling them to use that to reinforce family values, how I wish they would definitely put that in perspective. Nowadays, August meeting is where women come to show off, show the who is who. They want to show how rich their husbands are. They want to who is putting on the best of the best and all of that. And then at the end of the day, their families are the receiving end. When you look at the society today, see what is going on. With respect to the children, the youth, you discover that everything boils down to family. Family is the smallest unit. If we can't get it wrong, if we can't get it right from the family as an institution, we cannot get it right as a nation. So it's a wake-up call for women. When we go out there this time around in a 2022 August meeting, let's try as much as possible and see how to make our families good, especially with regards to training of our children.
All right, this call from the Commissioner for Culture, Tourism and Entertainment in Anambra State, calling for promotion of Igbo cultural heritage in schools through history subjects. How did you see that?
Very, very important. You see, nowadays our children, students alike, even undergraduates alike, most persons are not necessarily proud of their heritage. We discover that even in homes, parents go as far as speaking the lingua franca for their children. So if we can step up, and the history as a subject have been so relegated in the background here in Nigeria. By right, I expect it's a policy issue. Yeah. History should be made a very compulsory subject so that people will know who they used to be, where they are coming from, and where they need to be at a time, you see. So trying to promote that cultural heritage of the Igbo man is very, very vital, because I am afraid that in the nearest future, we might end up having to reintroduce ourselves as far as this polity is concerned in a multi-ethnic society like Nigeria, where each and every ethnic group needs to assert their originality to their people.
All right, quickly, let's go back to the papers that we have this morning. We are starting with the National Light and the Govt newspaper. First, National Light, government dissolves Anambra MDAs board and governing council. That's the big story, the banner headline there. Let's not toy with nuclear war. Foundation empowers 35 indigent trainees with a business starter packs in Oka. Nigerian man tests positive to monkeypox in India. And then we still have Murumiri Labs, barons uncovered in Anambra and Lagos. Now let's see what we have in front of core data. Anambra ga derere ọcha nke a si n'ọnụ Governor Anambra State apụta. Ezi ọnọdụ ahụike so n'ihe mbụ anyị na-elegara anya Soludo. Governor Soludo eji ịkwalite ahụike egwuregwu Commissioner Obidike. Archbishop Ibezim agbaala ahọ 60 gaa njem na mba ukwu ebe ndị ọzọ. Ọghọm dị na ise ọgwụ ike na anwụrụ ike. All right, so these are things we have in front of the National Light newspaper and core data. I don't know the one you want to comment on.
Okay, starting with the National Light, that government dissolves Anambra MDA boards and governing council. It's long expected. This is a new government, and then we expect the present Governor Soludo, though at least as usual, we've seen the appointments that had been made so far, and we saw him bringing in the best of the best into the system. So we expect that to follow suit, because you cannot put a new wine in an old wineskin and expect something different. So it's a step in the right direction, and at least no sooner than later we want to start seeing the results. Want to start seeing the effects of these things. And then I see this Nigerian man tests positive to monkeypox in India. You see, when you over the news, international news waves, you see it's an era of monkeypox. It's a wake-up call. I don't know what our government, the Federal Ministry of Health and their state counterparts, I don't know what they are doing about that, or they are waiting for a repeat of the COVID wahala. So we expect them to be put on their toes to make sure that our borders are protected, to make sure that the right things are in place towards protecting the health of Nigerians.
All right. Let's continue. Let's go over to the next paper this morning that we have under review, and that is the Daily Sun newspaper. Daily Sun newspaper this morning, the banner headline, Senate moves to solve insecurity, holds strategy meetings with service chiefs, DSS, DG, orders, and also situation frightening, says Lawan. We are working to restore peace with new strategies. Irabo. Abia records 3 cases of monkeypox. Government wants residents. Federal government justifies 1.4 billion naira car purchase for Niger Republic. As FEC approves 2.6 billion naira for utility vehicle gadgets for security agencies in FCT. Nigeria leads in global malaria deaths, WHO. And then also we have protests as abductors kill Lotec, a student and hotelier, after collecting 5 million naira ransom. Nigeria's aviation sector in serious financial crisis. All right, these are many more we have in front of the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. But before we comment on that, we are going for a short break. When we come back, we go on with the press review. Stay with us.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install our TV decoder brand and tune to channel 315 or install any free-to-air satellite decoder and search for ABS TV.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803-388-8526 or 0806-883-9902.
ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Ndibani anya fulugo kliugo.
Ndibani si wetala agu na ebe a na-asị na-ege ABS maka na ABS ABN mose ABS ABN mose.
This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Alright, ndị Igbo na-ege ntị kwụ na ahụna n'ebe anyị nọ kpọmkwem na Anambra State ka m nọ. Anọkwa m with Anambra Broadcasting Service. Ọ ha wee ebe anọ. If you are not listening to them, if you are not watching them, that means you are blind. Open your eyes and see good things, and good things will come to you. Hey, babe, I want another one.
All right, you're welcome back to the show. We've been joined by another reviewer this morning, Engineer Charles Obi. He's a public affairs analyst. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
All right, we've actually read out what we have in front of the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. So let's start with the big story, the banner headline, Senate moving to solve insecurity.
Yeah, with the threats to impeach the president and all of that. I think they started a bit late. We have about 7 months to the 2023 election, and the Senate, not even all the Senates, but the minority in the Senate. Though we heard about those in APC and other opposition party already joining to make that call for the insecurity situation in Nigeria to be handled, or the present administration is impeached, removed, because we're not talking about impeachment here, rather maybe removed. We had 7 years already gone. Nigeria has never been, under this administration, safe, right from when President Goodluck left it. We were promised safety in Nigeria. That was one of the key promises of President Muhammadu Buhari when he was vying for this office, that he will solve insecurity situation, he will give us steady light and other problems challenging this country. The Senate sat over all of this. They watched Nigerians yearn for change as they promised. They watched Nigerians call for the true change. They didn't do anything. So calling for this 7 months to the general election is somewhat political, it's suspicious. It's not what we are looking for now. What we are talking about is the action, because most of those people, if you ask them, they want to sound politically correct. Most of those people calling for this removal of the president, they want to sound politically correct. Some of them are vying for offices. Some of them are already being questioned in their constituencies. What have you been doing in the Senate? What are you? And now they are being threatened too. They said they will kidnap some of the senators and sell them off and maybe, kill some of them. So, and Abuja is threatened where most of them run into to have safety. So that is, I think, one of the prompts to this current agitation in the Senate. So let them face the reality. We are talking about 2023 election. What actions, the legislators should be talking about actions to make that election more credible. It's talking about how the elections will be, will determine who takes over from President Muhammadu Buhari and how Nigerians will be able to vote. Let us urge more people to take part in the system, although the voters' registration has just ended last weekend, but people will soon begin to talk about going to take your PVCs and other actions that follow. How people should be sensitized. Because even if you give President Muhammadu Buhari from now till when he hands over in May next year, he won't. So I don't think he is able to solve the problem. Has eaten deep into the system. So the present administration is already waiting for. He's counting his days. He says it all every time that he wants to leave. So we should. Is it that he voluntarily resigns, which I'm not seen in his body language, or we allow him to serve out his tenure? We keep enduring, but let Nigerians wake up to the true situation, which is getting ready to vote right in 2023.
All right.
If we make any mistake, then we might move from fire to frying pan.
All right, quickly, let's see what we have in front of the National Star newspaper this morning with the banner headline saying, plot to remove Ayu, PDP chair Ayu thickens. And then as a Wike's group boycotts meeting, insists Ayu must step down. Innocent Motors Sodima face-off. Group wants Buhari to wade in. Don't sell land to herdsmen. IPOB warns southeastern governors and monarchs. And then we have no reason to disband Ebubagu, says CP. Domestic airlines hike fares again. Angry youth burn mortuary in Abian. Federal government purchases 1.4 billion naira vehicles for Niger Republic. Justifies action. Over to you, Honorable.
Okay, you started with the National Star. Okay, let me lend a voice a little to the security situation. You see, the security situation in Nigeria today is at a very alarming rate. The primary responsibility of government is security of life and property. Beyond the social amenities, beyond the infrastructure, beyond the employment, empowerment, and what have you. If people cannot live freely, move freely, and be rest assured of their security, then that nation cannot make any viable improvement in the welfare of the people. I am calling on all persons that are part of the present government to resign. They have failed woefully. It's glaring. Senate moving for this, doing this, all the talks. Imagine situations where persons are coming out to tell us that they will continue from where the present president stopped. We have no shame in this country. You see? So if it were to be in a sane society, the president will willingly resign. And then the right thing will be done. So, in as much as we found ourselves in this state of quagmire, we are still calling on the service chiefs. When you watch the proceeding, the process, you see all are just the usual political statements, the usual promises, nothing on ground. Then look at the National Star here, says, plots to remove PDP chair Tickins. You see, does he need to be removed in the first instance? The PDP, the present national chairman, is from the northern region. And then the presidential candidate of the PDP is now from the northern region. Based on the PDP constitution, which I am privy to, it is obvious that the national chairman cannot be from the same region with the presidential candidate. And then in Nigeria, it's about impunity. Winner wants to take it all. Everybody wants to lord it over others. And then what is the issue? Why can't he willingly? And when you look at the system, you discover that that is the reason for the increased rift between the aspirants and the candidate that eventually emerged. That is Atiku, Wike, and the rest of them. So he should willingly relinquish that office, that position, at least to give us that positive impression that PDP is prepared to at least do things differently, that they have learned their lesson, so to say.
All right. Quickly, just to let you know that you can actually be part of this conversation this morning. You can join us by calling on the studio lines. It's already displayed in front of your TV set. Let's move over to the next paper this morning, and that is the Punch newspaper. Let's see what we have there. The banner headline: Rising terror threat. National Assembly leaders fret. Rally security chiefs for protection. Senate holds a marathon meeting with military, police, DSS chiefs and seeks solution. Attacks on Abuja, daring terrorists no more afraid, says the House of Representatives. IG meeting police commissioners. Insecurity most frightening now, Lawan. And then up there we can see pay rise. Federal government excludes state varsities and ASUCICs. Agreement not binding in states. This is from federal government. Outrage as Buhari gives to Niger Republic 1.1 billion naira SUVs. Over to you, Charles.
Outrage as President Muhammad Buhari gives Niger Republic 1.1 billion naira SUV. One would wonder, when your country is boiling, you are committed to the welfare of the people of Niger Republic. He talked about building a railway to connect. He wants, what is his interest? Someone have traced Buhari's origin from that republic. Nigeria, under your care, people are not able to move freely. Even the president himself has been threatened. And one thing you need to understand about this, whether ISWAP or Boko Haram, they issue their threats and they follow up on it. They may take some time, but at the end of the day, you find them executing, and the government is not able to stop them. Where we have all the intelligence agencies in the country, we have the DSS, yet things, even the office of the president, the number one citizen of Nigeria, has been threatened. The Senate are already rallying the security chiefs to come to their rescue. So the president himself giving those aids to the Niger Republic is suspicious. We need to ask questions in Nigeria.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Tell us your name and your location.
Good morning. My name is Matthew Akko. And I'm speaking from Benue
can you step away from your TV set, please?
All right, I'm just done that.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I want to lay my voice on the level of insecurity in Nigeria. Now, and let me just move a little bit from that and talk about the money the president is we want to use to support Niger Republic, or the SUV they bought for Niger Republic. Let me tell you something. These people they planned this thing right from the beginning. Now, this money they are using to buy SUV for these people, it's just like you now going into agreement with somebody, the person happened to do the thing for you. You have to pay back. The Buhari is using taxpayers' money in Nigeria to pay the people he is using, or his government is using to perpetrate this evil in Nigeria. And I'm talking to you right from the North Central. We see these things happen one-on-one. There is no way the present government of President Muhammad Buhari will be willing or is willing to tackle the level of the insecurity in Nigeria. It's not possible. Let's just have it at the back of our mind. This is a well-planned program. And until this government leaves office, the level of insecurity will continue to deteriorate in this country. You can imagine a nation like Nigeria, one of the most secure prisons in this country, being run down, destroyed, and prisoners were released at will, as if no security, we don't have security in Nigeria. Now, as I'm talking to you right now, any plan by the security chief to attack the bandits or the Boko Haram or whatever they call them, before they finish the meeting, the information will get to those people in the bush.
All right.
What is happening to the Tucano jet, the Nigerian port? What is happening to them? What is happening to our Air Force? What is happening to our Nigeria and the Nigerian Army? This thing is not close to you people down here. It's close to us. We see this thing every day here. President Muhammad Buhari is not willing and will never do anything to stem this level of insecurity. As it's getting to them in Abuja, they are all running up and down. Very soon they will fly their private jet to Akwa Ibom, to Abia, to other part of the country, or run out of the country. It's a well-organized plan. Go to Abuja today.
All right. Thank you so much.
What is happening?
Thank you so much for your contribution. We have other people waiting on the line to contribute to. All right, quickly, let's see what we have in front of the Nation newspaper and Daily Trust this morning. PDP Board of Trustees failed to resolve Atiku and Wike rift. That's the banner headline. Trustees divided over Ayu's sack. Call for Rivers Governor's men. And then why Buhari okayed the 1.5 billion naira to buy vehicles for Niger Republic. Russia-Ukraine war, Nigerian varsity to absorb 2,500 students. NBC finds Trust TV 5 million for documentary on bandits. Lawan, level of insecurity, frightening. And then free train passenger terrorists have moles across Nigeria. Daily Trust newspaper is the next. Condemnations as NBC finds Trust TV 5 million naira over banditry documentary. DSTV, StarTime, TSTV also fined. We acted in public interest, trust management. Activists, academics flay government. Insecurity, Air Chief orders maximum firepower against terrorists. And then we still have there, Northerners in fear as IPOB kills 8 Nigerians in Imo, cuts away ahead. The bandits shoot AIG and kill Audley in Kaduna. So these are what we have in front of the Nation newspaper and also the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Honorable.
Okay, I want to talk about the MBC fine. But before that, I wonder why a government that cannot resolve the lingering ASU crisis is just about money. Lecturers are being owed money and they want their pay scaled upwards. They want better life. They want the infrastructure of the universities to be improved. And government obviously saying there is no money. And it's equally clear And the real sense of it, that there is no money. That Nigeria is owing over $90 billion in dollars. And then we are giving out over $1 billion to another country altogether. That's height of irresponsibility and the sensitivity of this government. It's very, very laughable. Now, coming to find the Trust, coming to find Trust TV for, yes, I've watched that documentary. In fact, the journalists that did that job, these guys that went into the trenches to do that documentary, they should be applauded in the first instance. I watched that documentary, I listened to it. It's very, very expository. The government of the day does not want people to be aware of what is happening in the hinterlands. They do not want the international community to know the level of decadence as per security in this nation. So they have done noble. So we're not surprised. NBC is simply an arm of the federal government. So what do you expect them to do? He that blows the piper dictates the tune. So what we see today, the autocracy in the system and all that, the helplessness of the situation, we are only encouraged because it is time bound. In a matter of months, definitely, Nigeria will have a breath of fresh air.
All right. Engineer?
Let me look at the nation, like you read out. PDP Board of Trustees failed
right,
to...
Before you continue, let's know who we have here. Hello, good morning. Good morning. All right, go ahead, please.
PDP crisis, whereby the Board of Trustees has failed to resolve issues of rift between Atiku and Wike and threatening IU's position. I always talk about the justice in the PDP primary, depriving the people their yearnings, because majority talked about where the tickets of the presidential, where the presidential tickets should go in that election, not just PDP. We were clamoring for justice, that the South should be given the opportunity, and inside the Southeast in particular should be given the opportunity to govern this country, so that there will be balance. And PDP played deaf to all of these yearnings and ceded the ticket to Atiku of the North. And that gave the APC the opportunity to choose from the South. And the Labour Party, and not talking about the NNPP, you know. So this whole thing has led to the bias, the people feeling disenfranchised, and Wike insisting. If you listen to his call, you find out that he's justified. He's talking about justice. And Atiku himself hasn't managed the party well after that primary election. I expected to see Atiku going around meeting these people, his co-contenders, discussing how to synergize, to move ahead, or rather than using his voice to write on social media to castigate one another, you know. And that is what Wike is pointing out. So for them to resolve their differences in the PDP, they need to go back to the drawing board. They need to discuss. If there are some persons who need to give way, they should give way for the progress that is desired to be achieved.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Quickly, your name and your location. All right, Hugo, go ahead.
That shows the level of commitment of the president we have in Nigeria. Somebody has done what you are not able to do. You don't know where the bandits are. Somebody has given it to you on a platter of gold. You want to sanction somebody that I don't understand. Anyway, they should thank their God, because Nigeria is a place that, if it is like maybe 2 ethnic groups in Nigeria, maybe by now they would have found it all. They should go and thank their God that you have diverse opinion that when this person wants to write against, another person will be against. They should just rejoice. Thank you. And consider doing what they want to do in Nigeria.
All right.
And what they're going to remember all of them.
Thank you so much for your contribution, Hugo. Daily Independent is next, followed by Tribune this morning. PDP raises committee to reconcile Wike, Atiku and Warren faction. And then Senate President panics, says level of insecurity most frightening. 2023, INEC will apply the law without fear or favor. And then terrorists have infiltrated Lagos can strike anytime. Then Nigerian Tribune, amid outrage, federal government justified 1.145 billion naira vehicle purchase for Niger Republic. Federal government okays a development of $2.59 billion Badagry deep sea port. How bandit ambushed the convoy, injured AIG and killed oddly in Bauchi. Honorable.
See, the issue of over 1 billion naira whatever for vehicle purchase, what a misplaced priority. It's a pity. It's a pity. And then PDP is in the news with regards to the rift between Wike and Atiku. I don't know the kind of opposition PDP have even become. I can remember, date back prior to the coming in of Buhari as the president. I know what the then APC did. They marched all over the place. Protests, voices. So what kind of opposition have PDP become? That right now is about interest, You see, I say it every now and then. Politicians are simply interested in who takes what in the next election. Nobody cares about anybody. Nobody cares about solving the problems in the polity. That's why you see them running about. When you see them making calls to the service chiefs to do this and do that, it's because their own personal interests have been threatened. It's because they are no longer safe. That's why you see them talking. So it's a pity that PDP that should rally around the civil society groups, rally around the people at various units and all that to make the right calls, to be an opposition political party for the system. They are just sleeping. They are doing just nothing about it. It's obvious that the two key gladiators, as far as politics in Nigeria is concerned, the APC and the PDP, have failed woefully. Nigerians are yearning for a viable alternative.
All right, let's see what we have. Let me just read out what we have in The Guardian and the last paper, that is this day, so that we summarize the whole stuff. Now, funding insecurity stalled $2.8 billion AKK project gas export. Government concessions, Badagry deep sea port at $2.59 billion. And then we still have the PDP crisis. Let's move over to this day newspaper. Oshumole, Tinubu can't be held responsible for Buhari's performance. President's failure in insecurity economy make APC's presidential candidate marketable, says Atiku, or marketable rather, says Atiku support group. NLNG suffers $7 billion year-to-date revenue loss due to gas supply shortages. And then still talking about the approval of PPP, Badagry Deep Sea Port, to generate $53.6 billion. Quickly.
What we have here is that the APC seems to be campaigning against the APC ahead of 2023. So what you just read now, Oshimole talking about Tinubu can be held responsible for Buhari's performance. Is he trying to say that Buhari has performed poorly? That may be the situation. That means even and I know that even the APC, because the hardship in Nigeria does not isolate anybody. It is everybody's feeling. Those in the APC, those in the PDP, those in the up north, southwest, southeast, everywhere, we feel it. So anybody that is pretending that he's not feeling the pains in buying a kg of gas at 900 naira or 1,000 is lying, no matter how well you think you are. So him, the Oshimole, is feeling the pain. He was on television yesterday, and I followed his body language since after the primary election. I know everybody, if you take them to privacy, they will tell you the truth. Nigeria has been poorly governed under this present administration, under the APC government. Nigerians have failed so badly, and that is why the call for a new Nigeria, for a change, not the change they promised us in 2015, but a better change from the change. Now, giving Nigeria what we really deserve, because Nigeria is said to be the lion of Africa, giant of Africa. Yet we can't boast of anything that works. Anything that works. Now we're going to Egypt to copy their system in terms of power, road networking, and all that. But here in Nigeria, our president is busy talking about Niger Republic, how to give them money to fund their government and all that. Whereas we can move freely, nobody can move on the road now from Anambra to Abuja, from Abuja to Kaduna. We are all locked in this country by the non-state actors who have taken charge because the government has failed. The government has failed. The security, we have a good security network in Nigeria. I must say, if we empower this, we've gone for peacekeeping in other countries, and we know how these people perform. If these people are empowered, they are talking about ammunition, they're talking about welfare. You sacrifice your life in line of serving your country, yet your family is left to suffer. Your family is left to suffer. So what motivation do they have to continue to pay that sacrifice for Nigeria?
We really don't have time again. Our time is up, and we want to say a very big thank you to you, Honorable Moses Subo, for joining us on Press Review this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And also to you, Engineer Charles Obi, thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, that's it on Press Review this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. After this short break, we'll see you at the other side. Stay with us.